That's a fish. Fish on. Well, my friends, we just launched the boat because for the next 18 to 20 hours, we're gonna be camping overnight here at a massive desert lake in Arizona. The plan is to find a spare piece of bank. There's plenty of it on this lake. Go set up camp, fish all night, fish leading up to the nighttime, and just see what we can catch. This lake has a variety of species. I actually did not bring dinner today because we need to be able to catch it on our own. So we're gonna be catching and cooking on site as well. I am so excited, guys. This is gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna go look at a couple spots. We'll get things set up and then we'll start fishing. Oh, stay tuned. This one's gonna be insane. Well, as long as it's deep enough, I think that's gonna be our spot. We got a nice, open, tucked away piece of land just for us. Let's see if we can't run this boat ashore here without error. Oh, that should be good. All right, we did it successfully. Let's hop out here. Let's get this guy up here. We got a ton of wakeboarders on the lake. Of course, there's none right here, but I think this is gonna be it. We're gonna beach the boat. I'm gonna set up my tent probably right here, and we got this whole little piece of land to ourselves. We're gonna be running out some lines right here. And man, guys, this is gonna be a good one. All right, well, this is it. This is gonna be base camp here. I have this whole, not quite an island, but this big old area to myself. And this is actually perfect for pitching a tent. I figure we'll have our tent right about here-ish, and then we'll have our rod holders out here, and we'll have our baits right out there. All right, people. Well, before we do everything, we got to set up our tent. So the plan is to set up the tent, put a couple supplies away in there so the boat isn't as crowded, and then we're gonna start fishing. I'm hoping to catch some bass, maybe some crappie. You just never know in places like this. And then tonight, hopefully some flathead. The flathead lately in this lake have been very, very tricky though, so I really don't know what's gonna happen. Get this tent set up, and then we will get out on the water, go fishing, and then this will just be base camp. We'll come back here. I also have a green light in my boat I'm gonna be setting up. So if everyone that watched this video subscribed and we had 25,000 views, we would be at our goal immediately. But the fact of the matter is, it's so hard to earn people's subscription nowadays, harder than it's ever been. So if you guys want to help me out and you genuinely enjoy this stuff, by hitting subscribe, you will be letting me know. So I would appreciate you. And we won't be able to have a fire, unfortunately, because there's some serious fire restrictions here right now. So yeah, that sucks, but oh well. I suppose now it is time to get on the boat and catch ourselves some dinner. I brought the little backpacking stove, but man, we got a skunk to beat, so let's load up. We're gonna leave our little tent here on the island, and we'll be back later, so let's get this thing done, man. Let's see if backing off of this thing is gonna be an issue. Hopefully not. All right, so I think my plan to start is excuse me. Oh, I just scared some bluegill right there. We're gonna go look for some largemouth bass, I think, first, because this lake is absolutely full of them, and they actually recommend taking a lot of them out of here because they're overpopulated. So a lot of them are eating size, believe it or not. And I'm hoping we can get some. I just need one to eat. How about that? I get my one, I'll call it, but hopefully we can go catch some fish today, guys. I may even start around here just to kind of see what's going on. All right, since the lake is so low, I'm gonna risk it and kind of fish some of these points and just see what happens. I do have some top water we can throw. Obviously that won't do us any good right now, but it may a little bit later. And then we're just gonna start with a little finesse football jig here. This is the Beastie Bug Junior, and this is the Kitech finesse football jig. I got 15-pound test. I got my Shimano Corrado DC, and I got my 6 Sense ESP. This is my little jigging rod here. So all I'm gonna be doing is targeting some of these points, literally just blasting it out there and letting it sink. If we're lucky, we'll get some fish. If we're not, we won't. Give this area a try. Oh, just letting it get all the way down there. You guys hear that beat? That sick beat. I'm just gonna literally drag it, dude. Come on, baby. That's a fish. Fish on. Literally like third cast, bro. He's coming up. Oh, he's coming up. Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. That kind of looks like Din Din. What do you guys think? A little bass fillet or what? Or should we let it go because it's the first fish? Oh, give me my Beastie Bug back. Thank you. I don't know. He's a little schmedium. Ah, but no skunk. We brought the skunk off so quickly this time, so yeah, we'll let him go. He's the first one. No skunk for Mark. Oh, thank the Lord. Just dragging the jig painfully slow. I kind of figured that was going to be the key. Oh, that's good to see though, guys. That is a good sign. One bass down. We totally just could have released our dinner just there, so hopefully we didn't. Dragging a jig on the bottom. Middle of summer, is literally middle of July right now. All right. Come on, baby. We're on a little submerged point here, guys. Fish on. Fish on. Right here, guys. Right here. Right freaking here. I think that might be dinner, as long as we can land them. Yes. Ow. That is... Oh, that's perfect size to eat. Beauty. All right. Well, you bass guys can hate me all you want, but that's going to be dinner right there. Perfect size. I'm going to go ahead and throw him in the live well, and we'll see him later. I'm actually gonna try a couple more casts with that, and then we're gonna switch gears. I think I'm seeing some bait fish down there, so we're gonna maybe try a worm, maybe a minnow, and see what else we can catch. But we got bass knocked off the list. No skunk for Mark. We're off to a great start today. Well, since we have the minnows busted out, I'm gonna go ahead and throw jighead minnow. I have a jighead rigged on this rod here. We're just gonna nose hook this just like that. We have 4-pound test. We have Shimano Sienna on this rod, and this is just an older Okuma ultralight. This is gonna be perfect for all our panfish needs. I'm gonna be using this rod a lot a little bit later today, but I'm just gonna see what these fish are, see if we can figure it out. Because if they're crappie, this could get interesting. All right, a little ways out there. Did I even make it to them? Not exactly. See if we get attention from anything down there. We're getting a bite. Fish on. First cast with the freaking minnow. We're about to find out what we just pitched to over there. Okay. We're getting some action here. It's a largemouth. It's not a crappie. But that's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. We're kind of after whatever today, so a largemouth on a minnow, I don't really mind. We could keep him, but I think one's gonna be just fine for us, so. All right. All right, well, maybe there's more largemouth down there than we think. Let's try the jig again then. I'd rather catch them on a jig, you know. Well, guys, before it gets too late out here, I'm gonna head back to my little base camp, set up, and try and catch some bait for tonight. We need to catch some bait for some flathead. Let's head back. We're not too far, and we'll get set up and get rods ready to hunker down for the night. Bingo. All right, well, let's tie this thing off first, and then we'll get unloaded here. I'm gonna go ahead, set up some rod holders. We're gonna get some corn in the water and see if maybe we can catch some carp and maybe some bluegill as the sun goes down. Because when the sun goes down, I'm actually gonna put a green light in the water off the back of my boat. And green light attracts the bait, and the bait usually attracts the predator fish like the bluegill and stuff like that. So we do have a chance at that as well. But for now, we need to catch some bait. So let's get some rod holders in the ground. All right, this is going to be pretty standard here. This lake is absolutely loaded with carp, so we shouldn't, in theory, have any issues catching any. We're going to see if we could chum these guys in. Hopefully we can. They're usually pretty shallow. So let's see here. I'm using my little whisker seeker and a small drop shot hook, just because you don't need much for these carp. We want some smaller size ones too, so hopefully we can get that with this. We'll see what happens with the carp situation. Here we go, first cast, not gonna go too far. This whole area is kind of like 9-10-ish feet deep. Not too bad. There we go. All right. And with some luck, we'll get a couple carp to use for bait tonight. Oh. Is that a bite? Yep. Kind of looks like a catfish though. Fish on. Fish on. And what did I just say? Not a carp, but a little channel cat. It is our second species of the day, and I don't mind it, but it's not quite the bait we're looking for. But that's a good sign that there's at least something willing to bite the corn, so. Thanks, brother. Oh, he tried to though. That's the wrong way. There you go. Okay. Hey, it's action. And we literally just got that in the water, so let's get some more bait and hope for something different next time. All right. Well, the chum seems to be working in that case, so hopefully we get Mr. Carp next so we could string him up here. This is what it's about right here, guys. Just enjoying your time outside, going on adventures. Flying solo today, but that's not a problem. Find yourself a little piece of land like this all by yourself and have yourself a nice little camping trip. Oh. The good thing about being here also is this side of the lake gets dark first, or like low light, so hopefully that's going to increase the bite for us. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. That's going to be a carp. That's going to be a carp. That's going to be a carp. Let's just hope he's baitable size here. Let's just hope he's baitable size. He's skirting this way. He feels schmedium, man. He feels schmedium. We'll have to find out here. I knew we would have no shortage of fish here, guys. Sometimes it just takes a second to get them going, and then it's game on. So let's see what we got. Feels schmedium. Oh yeah, he's baitable. He's baitable. He is baitable. Sweet. I'd like one a little smaller, but that's all we got for now, so I'm not gonna complain. All right, here we go. First carp of the day, third species of the day. He slammed it. I know some of you guys are like, there's no way a flathead would eat that. I promise they will. I'd like one a little smaller though, so I'm gonna keep throwing some bait out there and hopefully get some more. We shall see. All right, let's do it again. All right. There we go. Let's check this bait. Still got it. Just trying to get these rods semi set up here. Yep. That would be a carp. How big is he? I have no idea, but I knew this wouldn't be an issue, guys. I knew once we got fired up, or set up, we were gonna be able to fire him up. This one feels a little smaller, unless he's just coming straight towards me. Well, nice. Similar-ish, but whatever. He's actually a little smaller. He's a little smaller. Try not to beat him up here. He's just kind of fat. I want the ones that are long and slender. But hey, doesn't matter if it's optimal or not. What matters is we got it. We now have two. Okay. All right, I'm gonna show you guys these flathead rods so that when the time comes, we can just get them in the water. We have two pretty beef stick rods here. We're running 120 pound braid. Reason being, there is massive chunk rock in here and these fish will break you off on it. So you wanna be able to muscle them out of there. We have the exact same rig on both rods. This is known as the TD rig, that's what I like to call it. It's basically a long weight, or a long leader to a weight, and then a long leader offshoot on a three-way swivel, and then a bobber to float it up off the bottom. I will link his video down below. He made an in-depth video of how to tie this. just because it can get a little complicated. We're running mainly 7/0 Gamakatsu octopus hooks, but this carp rig I'm running also a Big River bait hook, which is a 9/0. So we're gonna get one hook in the back of the tail and then one in the side fin for that carp. But on the other one, we just have a single hook. So that'll be for a bluegill. But these are the two big rods we're gonna run. We got a carp on. We got a carp on. I know it kind of seems like maybe overkill for the flathead, but this is where the state record was caught, so any size fish is possible. You don't want to rule out anything, and if you have the fish of a lifetime on the end of your rod, you want to be able to land it. So we are going overkill, and we're basically just preying on a Hail Mary fish. That's the smallest one of the day. That is bait number 1, I bet, if we can get him up here. Oh yeah, it's more the ideal size. A little bit smaller. Perfecto. All right, well, those are our 2 rods for tonight. We got the Okuma Saltera and we got the Penn Fathom 2. Both beef stick, heavy duty reels. And we also have a fancy bait boat to take out our baits because kayaking out baits is lame. The way this little green light works is you basically plug it into something. We could do our Blue Eddy, but we got our lights hooked up to that. You throw it in the water and basically it attracts bait fish, plankton, and all kinds of stuff. So, DC, yep. And it's just gonna glow like that. And yeah, over time, people do it typically over deeper water, but obviously we're on the shore right now, so we can't do that, but we'll start right there for now. And we'll see if, you know, over time, fish start to pile in, because that could be pretty cool. I think it's gonna happen, but I think it's also still a little too early. There's still light out and everything, but once it's pitch black, this is where the bait fish are gonna be, hopefully. All right, and I apologize because the prep for these carp is not the most YouTube-esque. We have to do some fin trimming, so I'm not gonna put that on camera. It just keeps them from, you know, freaking out on us. He is spunky. Here we go. All right. Let's get him on a hook first, because that is the most important part. We're basically gonna go through the back here best as we can. Pop that hook through, nice and exposed, nothing in the way. And then this next one here goes in the fin bubble right on the side. So that way, no matter how hard this carp tries, the chances of him getting off the hook are slim to none, basically. There's bait numero uno. I gotta do some fin trimming here. And we'll be dropping this in anywhere from 15 to, shoot, I don't know, 12 feet of water, maybe even 10. Just gonna have to see what happens. And yeah, we got a fish finder on this thing. It's pretty sweet. 10.5. This is why I picked this spot right here, right at the edge of this point. 11. We'll go for 12 feet for this one. All right. Well, there we go. There is our first bait right there. So the clicker will be on this thing here. Let's get our boat back. We'll let our carp do his thing. We'll turn on the lights and you know, we'll start our weight here. We'll be keeping our eye on this rod, make sure he's still kicking. Carp are a pretty hardy species. Okay, before I start cooking here, this is my last real chance for topwater. So I'm gonna reel in this worm, cast around this popper one more time before it gets dark. I'm gonna try this popper one more time and see if some chance, man, that we get a little Hail Mary topwater bite, but I don't know, we'll see. It's still a little too windy, but we might get lucky. Come on. Let's try it way back in here. There we go, fish on. I knew we were gonna get one, dude. I knew we were gonna get one. Get over here, baby. He does not feel big. But it's a fish, and he hit the popper, and we got our little sunsight bite. And yeah, he's so small, dude. I'll take it. A little bit of everything today, huh? That's insane, dude. Thank you, guy. We should make our dinner. All right, I have prepared the bass. All we did was gut them and take the head off because we're not gonna need that in this pan right here. But all I'm gonna do now is cut some slits. We're doing this very bare bones. Okay, kind of like a trout. A lot of people do this with trout. Just like that. And now I'm gonna take this Drunken Chef seasoning and we're going to just kind of generously, oh, it should be open. And I'm gonna kind of generously put it all over this guy. So we got classic, not really fried, but pan-fried fish out here at this amazing desert lake that we have caught many, many species at. Here we go. All right. That's gonna cook up amazing. Anyways, we got our coconut oil fried bass. That looks really good. And we got our chips. What's next? Are we gonna get this Hail Mary fish tonight? I have no idea, guys, but I'm just hoping we can get another bait to put out. If not, I'm just gonna double down on the carp and put 2 carp out, but I don't know. This light will easily run all night long. All right, well, our afternoon of fishing has led us to this. We now have 2 carp out. That's all we were able to catch, unfortunately. So we couldn't get any bluegill. We tried for a little bit, but now we're Hail Marying it with 2 carp. So if we do get a bite, hopefully it's something big. I think I'm gonna switch you guys to the GoPro. That will be on all night. And then I'm gonna lay down here and try and get some sleep. So hopefully we get woken up by a fish. If we don't, oh well, maybe we'll get one in the morning, but I'm really hoping we get at least one tonight. Fishing has been tough, and it would be nice just to get one flathead for you all in this video. So we'll see what happens here. Good morning, guys. Well, last night was pretty uneventful. I didn't hear a single bit of clicker being pulled. Not one time. That's just what happens. We're still kind of in the spawn part of the game. At least we're not skunked right now. We still caught some fish, but thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry we didn't get anything overnight. It's just kind of the name of the game sometimes, but I will see you in the next video.